All right, now that we've completed example 4, I'm going to go ahead and do example 5 for us. So remember, we are trying to do the perimeter, okay? So what is the perimeter? Well, in any action movie that you've ever seen, what happens when the team leader shouts, secure the perimeter, secure the perimeter? What do you see everybody doing?
Secure the perimeter! Secure the perimeter!
Perimeter secured. They go around the whole area, whatever it is, whatever that shape is, they go all the way around it to make sure none of the bad guys get out, right? So whenever you see the word perimeter, I want you to think of secure the perimeter, secure the perimeter. Surround or go around, let's do that. Go around the entire shape. That's what I want you to do. So let's go ahead and put that in action, okay? So I'm going to do example 5. All right, so I have some kind of shape here that I need to go ahead and plot out. Remember, when you're plotting, you're going to go X and then you're going to go Y. So when I go X is -9, so I go X is -9, Y is -3. Then I plot my point. So I have to do both before I plot. This is point F. And as I do that, I'm going to go ahead and label it. Point G is X and then Y. So 0 on the X and then, so I don't move on the X and then I go -3 on the Y. Then I plot my point. So this is point G. All right, H is, X is 4, Y is 5. So I'm going to go X 4, then Y is 5, and then I plot my point. So this is point H. Finally, I is -5 for X and 5 for Y. So -5 and 5, that is point I. This is my entire shape. So as best as you can, if you take your student ID, a credit card, a debit card, or a ruler, you can go ahead and just join them. If you're drawing freehand like I am, just do your best to stay steady. Okay, so it's just a nice little sketch. Perfect. So this is my shape. So secure the perimeter, secure the perimeter. What does that mean? So it means go around the whole shape. I don't care where we start. So let's start at F because that's where we start. I'm going to go around the entire shape. So I'm going to find that. Then I'm going to do this, find that. Then I'm going to do this, find that. And then finally, when I go around the entire shape and come back to where I'm at, I know I've secured the perimeter. So secure the perimeter. All right, so let's go ahead and start with this little slanted line. Now, this slanted line is the same as this slanted line because this is a parallelogram, if you remember that. If not, no problem. It's a parallelogram. Okay, it's like a slanted rectangle kind of thing. All right, so what I can do is I can make 2 different ways. I can use the distance formula that I learned, or I can use Pythagorean theorem. Whenever they draw the shape, I like to use Pythagorean theorem. So in this one, I'll use Pythagorean theorem, but in the next one, I promise I will use distance formula. So you draw a vertical and a horizontal line that meet at exactly 90 degrees. What does 90 degrees mean? It makes a perfect L or a perfect box. Okay, see that? It's perfectly horizontal and perfectly vertical. All right, once I draw that, I count my boxes. So we talked about a couple of ways of counting. I believe in the last video, I just counted this way. I want to show you a different strategy. If this strategy confuses you, please stick to counting the boxes like you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 boxes. All right, but I want to see if I can help you with this strategy. If you see where F starts at -3, right? So if I start from -3 and I go to the 0, so if I start -3 and I go to 0, how many boxes is that? That's 3. So this little piece is 3. Then I'm at 0, then I go all the way up to, what is this? 5. How many boxes is that? 5. So this is the 3 little space right here, and 5 giving me a total of what? 8. If that went over your head, that's okay. Please count the boxes. Okay. So that's the vertical one, and the horizontal one, I can quickly count this because it's not that much. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4. All right, now that I have Pythagorean theorem, what does it say? A squared plus B squared equals C squared. Now, remember that A and B are my legs, C is my hypotenuse. My legs are what I draw. So I just drew my legs. They meet at 90 degrees. This is my hypotenuse. So my legs are 8 and 4, and that order doesn't matter. So I'm going to go 8 squared plus 4 squared, my other leg. And that's going to give me the hypotenuse squared. So not the hypotenuse, but the hypotenuse squared. All right, I want to stick that right into the calculator. So we've got 8 squared, which is 64, plus 4 squared, which is 16, and that's going to give me 80. But again, if you're not so great at squaring, that's okay. We're going to do it with a calculator. So this 8 squared plus 4 squared is 80. So right now I have 80 is equal to c squared. So remember, I don't want c squared. I just want the hypotenuse. So I have to square root both sides. So I'm going to get c is equal to the square root of 80. Now, unfortunately, if you put the square root of 80 as your answer, because you have not simplified, it is not going to be correct. So we do have to go ahead and simplify it. So we're starting off with square root of 80. This is the number that I need. Okay, we're going to break that down. So I'm going to start with 80. We're going to break that down. I'm going to divide it by 2. It's going to give me 40. So this is going to be 2, break down to 40. Break down 40. So right now I have 40. And I'm going to divide that by 2. It gives me 20, so that works. So 2 times 20. All right, now I'm at 20, so I'm going to start off with 20. Divide that by 2. It's going to give me 10, so that works. So again, break down that. 2 times 10. Now I am at 10, so I'm going to start off at 10. Divide that by 2. It's going to work to 5, so that's going to be 2 times 5. And I cannot break 5 anymore down because it is a prime number. So that's it. So I should have 1, 2, 3, 4 2s and 1 5. Now to double check that, I'm going to put that in here. 4 2s and 1 5. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 2s and 1 5. As long as my numbers match, I know that I've broken that down correctly. So now I'm going to start with this. This is what my cards are looking like. So I have the C is equal to, and I'm going to leave a space to take out my books. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. So let's take out my books. How many cards make a book? 2, because it's a square root. So 2 cards make 1 book outside. 2 cards make 1 book outside. No more cards to take out. So again, 2 cards, and as soon as you take them out, you cross them out. Make 1 book outside. 2 cards make 1 book outside. And there's nothing else to take out, so we're actually done with taking our books. So now we just have to simplify that. All right, so we have 2 times 2, which is going to give me 4. So outside, we can combine our books. We have 4. So this is going to be C is equal to 4. And what is left inside? Just my 5. So in simplest form, this side is 4 radical 5. Now, because I know this side is 4 radical 5, I know this side is the same. And let me just prove that to you, because it's going to go 8 and then 4 to get from 1 point. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, I know that that's exactly the same as that because it counts 8 and then 4. Okay, so this is also 4 radical 5, so I don't have to do that. All right. Horizontal lines are very easy. We can just count that. So again, let me see if I can give you the strategy. If you want to count manually, please go ahead and do so. So it starts at -5. From -5 to 0 is 5 boxes. Then from 0 to 4, see that right here, is 4 boxes. So I have 5 and 4, which is going to give me 9 boxes. If I am losing you on this strategy, please count the boxes. You're going to go 1 box, 2 box, 3 box, 4 box, 5 box, 6 box, 7 box, 8 box, 9 boxes. All right. I'm just trying to give you a strategy to do it a little bit faster. And it's going to be the same down here. All right. So this is 9 boxes. Now, again, securing the perimeter. So I'm going to go 4 radical 5. So perimeter is equal to 4 radical 5. Plus, and I'm going around this way, 9, plus 4 radical 5 again, plus, to get back to the beginning, 9. So I am now securing the perimeter. I can put that in the calculator or I can just do it by hand. I'm going to just do it by hand real quick. What's really easy to combine? 9 plus 9, which is what? 18. If, again, that's any kind of problem, please put it in the calculator. So that's going to be 18. Then I have 4 radical 5 plus 4 radical 5. Okay, so again, if the radicand is the same, that's the number underneath the radical. If it is the same, can I combine them? Yes. And how do I combine them? I just add the coefficients and leave the radicals. So the coefficient is 4 and 4. So when I do 4 plus 4, that's going to give me what? 8. And then I leave the radicand. Boom. And that's it. So the perimeter of this area is 18 plus 8 radical 5. Now that you know that, all right, please go ahead and do example 2 first. Check it with me, then finally do example 1. Let's practice.